Welcome back. The opposition this week welcomed the adoption by the Health Authority of new regulations requiring that all doctors in Gibraltar be licensed with the General Medical Council in the UK. It said it was also reassured by the recent statutory regulation of allied health professions such as physiotherapy and acupuncture. However, the GSD also expressed deep concern that the government provides a grant of over £400,000 a year for oxygen therapy, which it says is not offered by the NHS in the UK and is not supported by the conventional medical profession. The party's health spokeswoman, Isabel Elul-Hammond, has been speaking to Stephen Nish.
Well, the government is promoting and funding a non-evidence-based, non-conventional healthcare treatment, hyperbaric oxygen therapy, and this is being funded outside of the GHA, and we're concerned with that because the GHA is not involved with this at all, and in fact it operates on a self-referral basis, so none of the GHA doctors are referring patients for this treatment, and obviously the public are paying for this.
So just to get my facts right on this, you're more against the fact that this is being funded directly by the government rather than the GHA, rather than critical of the treatment itself?
Yes, this is because we don't disapprove about complementary therapy. I've paid for reflexology, acupuncture, aromatherapy. I have chosen to do so. A lot of people choose to pay for other complementary therapies, crystal healing, hypnotherapy, and so on. I mean, they do exist, and perhaps there is a role for that, but we all pay for it privately. And we understand the government wants to help this centre, but they have to decide to either make it fair, so you fund all complementary therapies that are available in Gibraltar, or if not, listen to what the GHA doctors are saying and perhaps bring it in online within the GHA service and provide treatments that we know are evidence-based. And in fact, it's very simple. You can check online the NICE guidelines, which is the National Institute for Health and Care Excellence, which is the health watchdog in the UK, which recommends treatments and provides guidelines. Even the FDA of the United States, the Food and Drugs Administration, I mean, they are very clear on where hyperbaric oxygen therapy works, which is limited, and even you can check the Multiple Sclerosis Society website. They're also very clear about where the hyperbaric oxygen therapy works.
Wouldn't it be true to say that there are always going to be competing interests, if you like? For example, in the UK, it may well be that the NHS, which is rather cash-strapped, of course, doesn't want to fund this additional cost, and that's why it's taken the decision not to recommend this type of treatment, rather than because it's not useful. You say that it's not evidence-based, but I'm sure that the people that are going there feel the benefits. As you say, they're going to expand, or they want to expand. Many of the patients there, in fact, go quite often, and there's a waiting list. So is it right to deny those people that are benefiting from this at the moment that benefit purely because there are other types of treatments that aren't being funded by the government?
Well, you could say the same then about other complementary therapies. So therefore, the government should either fund all the complementary therapies that exist, and in terms of the NHS...
But surely there is a finite amount of money. Surely because there isn't enough money to fund all of them, should the attitude be that don't fund any of them?
Well, perhaps. As happens in the UK, we run a GHA, a health authority, which is modelled on the NHS system. So we're talking about a free public health service, which has a budget, and you have doctors who follow a very clinical and very linear model and way of studying based on evidence. And that's why NICE exists, that's why FDA exists, and other regulatory bodies. And they have a duty to offer what is evidence-based treatments in order to protect themselves, to protect the health service and the patient. And that is what we're saying. GHA should be offering and paying for, as in the NHA, evidence-based medicine.
OK, so as a final thought, if the GSD win the election, which is going to be coming up, of course, in the next year or so, is there a commitment that the GSD would stop funding hyperbaric oxygen treatments?
Well, what we committed to at the last election was to actually look into the centre. We were going to access the UK and get expert advice there. And perhaps there is a possibility and a need for a hyperbaric oxygen chamber that treats scuba diving accidents such as decompression sickness.
But other than that, no.
And
other than that,
we would really have to look at it. We'd really have to look into the evidence and speak to the doctors.
Why isn't it a straight no? Why don't you just say no? Because given your criticism of it, you would think it was pretty straightforward.
Because there may be a need, just like there are the odd patients on the GHA that are referred to the Zanet hyperbaric oxygen chamber. Perhaps we could do that here. But obviously, it would have to be set up in consultation within the GHA, in consultation with the doctors, and obviously expert advice from the United Kingdom.
The EU Commission this week told a Spanish MEP that it cannot initiate infringement proceedings against Gibraltar where union fisheries regulations are concerned. It's also pointed out that Gibraltar is not among the overseas territories for which the tuna fishing regulation is applicable. This followed a question by Gabriel Mato on whether the Commission was aware of Gibraltar's decision to declare a total allowable catch for Atlantic bluefin tuna of 10 tonnes and the sale by recreational fishermen, adding this completely flies in the face of EU and international legislation. The Heritage Trust launched a drive this week for new members in a bid to seek their support in the task of preserving and interpreting Gibraltar's rich past. Over the next few days, every household will receive a letter introducing the scheme together with a membership card. The Trust hopes to raise awareness and double its membership numbers.
The Heritage Trust is reaching out to the community. This membership drive aims to raise awareness of the Rock's heritage in a bid to connect people with their past. The Trust is confident the initiative will see a good response, offering the opportunity to support the future development of Gibraltar.
Our heritage surrounds us on a daily basis. It informs the way we speak, the way we live, and the sorts of food that we eat and the things that we like. And we think it's really important to just keep that awareness out there. I mean, I think there's a very good general understanding about Gibraltar's heritage, the importance to promote it, and I think the main message we want to get across is that it really is an asset and not a burden for us to want to keep this and keep the essence of Gibraltar alive.
And how significant is this drive? What is it that members can add to the work that the Trust already does?
Well, all our members are important to us, so we want members to keep in touch with us, to come in, anything that they see that's of concern to let us know, and we'll try and address. We always try and address them in our daily working. Some things we may be aware of, some things we may not, and we work very closely with government departments and other enforcement agencies to try and keep the best practice for heritage conservation in Gibraltar.
The new scheme targets every household, with membership cards currently being sent out. These can be activated on the Trust website, gibraltarheritagetrust.org.gi, with specific opportunities available to members.
We've got a variety of memberships, from senior citizens right through to family and corporate members. We look to work with all of them. For example, this whole drive has come across by an approach from EY, who were looking to sponsor something in the community, and they've sponsored the membership side of our new website as well as the mailers which are going out into everybody's homes at the moment. And it's these sorts of partnerships that we really feel could work towards making Gibraltar's heritage part of the community and everybody taking responsibility for its promotion and conservation.
With regards to increasing that number, do you have a specific target in mind?
Not really. I mean, we don't really have a ceiling on the number of memberships we can take. Really, the aim is to anybody who cares about Gibraltar and cares about our heritage to take a minute out of your busy day and go to our website and join the Trust.
So asking for support, but those who decide to come on board will be offered some interesting opportunities?
We're not only supporting the work of the Trust, which is really the most important thing for us to make sure that we can keep doing the work that we do within the community. There's also a number of membership benefits. You get an e-newsletter with the latest information on what's going on in Gibraltar's heritage scene. There's discounts on products and certain products in our Heritage Trust shop. And there's also a programme of events that we yearly annual programme of events that we put together, at least one event a month, varied walks, talks, outings, competitions, that sort of thing.
Promising to provide a distinctive and effective service for the benefit of Gibraltar's heritage, the Trust is hoping more people will embrace the chance to be involved in the preservation and celebration of their identity and history.
The former clerk to the Parliament and Elections Returning Officer Melvyn Farrell has been appointed the new chairman of GBC. Mr Farrell takes over from Albert Menner, who resigned from the GBC board, given his acceptance of the post of Financial Secretary. The Chief Minister said he was sure he would do an excellent job, adding he's grateful to him and his family for agreeing to come out of retirement to serve the community further in this way. He adds that finding someone to replace Albert Menner has not been easy. For his part, GBC's CEO says he's pleased with the appointment of Melvyn Farrell, who's devoted much of his life working for Gibraltar in the civil service, and who will no doubt be an excellent chairman. Gerard Domer looks forward to working closely with Mr Farrell, as he's done with Albert Menner, who he says has done sterling work for the corporation over the past couple of years, for which he's very grateful. And that's all for News Review. For more, you can head over to our website, gbc.gi/news, and you can also find us online at Twitter and Facebook as well. Thank you very much for watching. From the team, good night.